Hey, it's Coach Rye from Team Flex. Today, we're talking about Wellness Olympia. I want to review some of the physiques with you and just talk about why some of these athletes that could have really been in the top did not land there, and the strong message judges are sending as far as what the criteria is, what they want to see, and what you need to know as an athlete if you want to compete in wellness, 2023 at any level, even if it's your first show, your fifth show, you're trying to get a pro card. This video is going to help you out and help you understand a lot more about this division and where it is heading. So make sure you're subscribed. I got tons of other videos coming. We're going to be talking about Olympia and wellness and everything else for a while. So let's keep chatting here. Okay, so first things first, I want to look at where we're at. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, this is kind of our lineup from Olympia right here. Okay, if you have not watched yet, Physqiue came in, took first. Issa took second. Angela took third, Cassandra fourth, Rant fifth. Okay, this is great top five, and I've done a lot of videos on this already. We did a full overview, so I'm not going to go too deep into that, but there were some athletes, that a lot of people thought could win, such as Eurysna and Sunny Andrews, that, did not. They're placed in very, very low in different places, and, I think there's a few reasons why. So let's take a look over here at, Physqiue, our winner, the Olympia champion of wellness again, and then we got Sunny on this side. Okay, so Sunny was in the first call out at the first Wellness Olympia, and this season she has landed herself in the third call out, pretty low in the third call out, if memory's serving correctly. Been looking at these pictures and videos all day, but yeah. So let's talk about why. All right. So first things first. If you didn't watch my Sunny video, I talked specifically about her glute, right, being very disproportionate to her body overall. It just doesn't look right as far as what's going on here, and it just doesn't make sense. Like I said, it could be some type of enhancement or some type of a plastic surgery. That's all speculation, but it just does not fit her physique, and that's one of the main reasons, I think, obviously, and we'll see when we get to the back pose. Judges probably looked at that and thought similar thoughts to what I'm thinking, and placed her down for that sake. Physqiue, on the other hand, she exemplifies wellness 100%, and hence why she's the champion. Her glute is very developed, very large, but it's in correct proportion. You see the hamstrings and the quads, everything matches here good, and this is all dominant to the upper body, very key in wellness division. And we look over here at Sunny again. Let's just ignore the glute for a second. She looks very symmetrical, upper to lower in a lot of ways. You can see she's got the development of the quads, the hamstrings, everything here, but also this upper body development. Like the shoulder is very, very rounded, very, very full, very developed. Also, she's getting striations up here, things like that. She's very lean, very muscular. And I said, she was originally in my top five with Eurysna, and neither of them made it. But I also gave the caveat, right? If they push their physiques too far the wrong way, the judges are going to make that example, and I think that's another issue, right? Sunny looks very symmetrical, upper to lower, compared to, Physqiue here, where she's got clearly less development. She still has the development. You have to have some in wellness division, but lower body is dominant, ladies and gents. That's what we're looking at, dominant lower body, and that is what makes wellness, okay? So I think that's a big thing going on. That's a very clear message from judges. They're saying push the physiques that are overdoing it, coming in too lean, too striated with the kind of development that's just not matching, whether it's like I said, it could be some form of enhancement, but if it's not even, which is crazy to say, even if it's not though, this is not what judges want to see in wellness division, okay? If she literally built her glute this way, this is not what they want. This is not what they're looking for. This is not what they're going to want to see, okay? Let's look over at the back pose now, because this is where we really get the clearest picture. So we got Physqiue here again, and we got Sunny here again, okay? And in my comments on my prediction video, a lot of people were like, Sunny's going to win Olympia. Sunny's going to, okay. Well, here's why she didn't. You look here, and again, this is what we're seeing. This glute just blatantly is standing out it just does not look proportionate, does not look correct to fit the physique in this sense, and I think that's a huge issue. But again, also, you can see just how lean her upper body is. I mean, like, we're seeing striations and veins and deep cuts, and it's like an anatomy chart up top here, but lower body's just not coming through the same way, and it's a lot to do with this kind of, the glute development that just is not fitting. It doesn't look correct. You can see the quads are here, everything else. Sunny had a lot of potential. That's why I said she could be in my top five this year. she's pushed her physique in the wrong direction. And that's what, you know, the judges kind of put her in, you know, third call out for. Let's look over at Physqiue now. This is where you get to see wellness is wellness, right? This is, again, you know, very minute improvements, honestly, to last season. She came back with improved physique, but nothing too far crazy. But the biggest thing you'll see stand out here is, again, here we go. We cut this line. Like we always say, wellness is the lower body dominant division. We cut this line. Okay, this is where you get to see it. A lot more muscle going on down here. We got, you know, big development of the quads, big development of hamstrings, big development of glutes, very full, very rounded, very, you know, three-dimensional in a lot of ways. And then upper body, you know, we're just getting a little bit of shoulder here. We're not getting overdone shoulder. You can see Sunny has a lot more of that shoulder popping through here even. And again, you know, this is what they want to see in wellness. They want to see that's asymmetry going on. That's why Physqiue, again, has won and is the Wellness Olympia champion. And I believe, honestly, it's going to be very hard for somebody to come up and beat her. And if anyone does it, it's going to be Isa, who we're going to talk about shortly in just a minute. Now, I also want to talk about Urishna compared here, because a lot of people, you know, were speculating Urishna to come in and do very, very well here. And, you know, that also was not specifically the case. A lot of people said she could win the Olympia. She's in 8th, okay? So this is why I want to talk about this too, because she's one that I said if she pushed her physique too much, it would happen. Now, Urishna, she honestly does not have a lot of the same things we're talking about with Sunny at all. But what she does have is this total symmetry upper to lower, right? You can see there's a lot of muscle here, a lot of muscle here, a lot of muscle, all these things going on, good. Like literally lower body, Urishna's got a wellness physique, lower body 100%, but where she has pushed too far is upper body. Okay, you see this shoulder is so capped, so large. Her biceps are developed, her triceps are developed, her forearms look like a freaking turkey leg in some ways, right? So like she's definitely pushed the upper body envelope a lot too. This is part of the problem because this means she's symmetrical. She's not got the disproportionate upper to lower. Judges don't want to see that. They're not going to look for that. And if they are seeing it, they're going to score down, right? This is a great direction for wellness again with the judging to say, okay, stop trying to push the big delts, stop trying to push the big arms, stop trying to push the big body. Remember what wellness is about. It's not symmetry. It's not that. It is lower body dominance. And again, we don't have to review Physqiue again, but you can see she's still got this. She's got it. This is the thing. And even in front pose, I know it's hard to see sometimes in front pose, but you can see just how she keeps that asymmetry upper to lower. That's what judges are looking for, okay? Now, let's talk about the back pose real quick. This is where, again, we get to see this. So, Urishna, I talked about her having pushed the physique too far. This is where she did it too, even lower body, in my opinion, okay? Like, you can see the conditioning is just not there. Conditioning is not correct. You know, she's definitely coming in much softer. When we look at, like, ham ties here, very hard to even see hers versus, like, Physqiue, where this is, you can see all of the muscle going on. This is, I believe, in my opinion, because she just overall pushed her physique way too much muscle, so she has too much development overall. It's like she couldn't even literally get lean enough no matter what she did. I'm sure, you know, she's actually at pretty similar conditioning to Physqiue, but she has so much muscle pushed into every area of her body that it was just harder for her to get lean enough to really show it. So she pushed her overall physique too far, in my opinion, and the judges said, okay, we don't want the extreme too far look. We're sticking with Physqiue, who has, you know, this kind of overall, overall wellness look, but it's also not too extreme. It's not too lean. It's not too strided. It's not too muscular. That's kind of where judges were heading with this, I think, okay? Now, let's talk real quick just about our top two. So we have Physqiue and Isa, okay? And this is very interesting stuff. If you didn't watch the full overview, go back and watch that because I dive a lot more into that. But here is where we get to see, you know, wellness is wellness. These are the top two athletes at the Olympia. This is the definition. And honestly, look at these physiques. It is like night and day different from what we're looking at with Sunny and Urishna and many of the others, and even some of the other top five. Like if I threw Angela in here right now, you know, it would look totally different too. But the top two is really signifying judges want this. This is what they're looking for, and it's this asymmetry again. We're going to see it here. So look at you know, Isa here. If we cut the line, you know, lower body, everything's great. We got glutes, we got quads, we got hamstrings, quads, we got everything going on, and this is all a lot of development, and it's not in proportion up top. top. She's got some shoulders. She's got the arms like I talked about. You need that stuff. You know, the tiny waists in both. All the athletes have this. But the thing is, she still has that asymmetry. It's asymmetrical. We got the lower body clearly more dominant. This is what judges are wanting to see. So remember this. Those of you watching, don't be training upper body too hard if you're a wellness comparator. I know it's easy to look at all the, people on Instagram and think that you're off because you're not doing it. Your shoulders don't look like you're reaching as well. They shouldn't, because that's even what the judges are telling us now. And here we go from the back, just real quick, final overview. Very, very wellness. Here, this is wellness. Quad sweeping, this ham tie development. And also, I want to talk about this ham tie. This does not come from being over lean, everybody. These athletes honestly have some of the softer level of conditioning compared to many of the other athletes on that wellness stage. And they're the top two. And it's because they had the right conditioning coupled with superior glute development. Like, this ham tie does not come from being shredded, ladies and gents, okay? Many, trust me, I've coached a lot of wellness athletes, bikini athletes for a long time, chasing ham ties. Chasing shreds is not how you get those. What you get when you want a ham tie is you got to have crazy muscle development. Like, the reason these athletes have such hard ham ties, and you can clearly see these lines, is simply due to the fact that they have superior muscle development. Like, their glutes are so hypertrophied and built that they push out more and more, and they push on the skin, and that's what creates that ham tie. And you can see that in just the overall fullness, but even the upper glute, like, this is so hard for so many athletes to get this upper glute development, and both these athletes have it. I mean, we're points kind of neck and neck here. Issa has a shot to eventually maybe take this title if she keeps training like this. This is where our first two big wellness athletes in the States, ladies and gents, Physqiue and Issa. Issa did the muscle contest when they had wellness for the first time. Physqiue won the Arnold, and here they are now standing toe-to-toe on the Olympia stage for 1 and 2, setting criteria for the division. And again, what I just want to bring home to you is it's all about the asymmetry. It's not about pushing the extremes. It's not about going too far. It's not what the judges are going to want to see. So make sure you out there, if you're training for wellness, you're going for this, you are prioritizing that lower body, and you are keeping that. I really think the judges are doing a good job with the way they place this year, and the message they're sending to everybody out there. The extremes will not win wellness, ladies and gents. The physiques for wellness, which is lower body dominant, is what will win, and that is the key. So keep that in mind, and let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Are you enjoying the way wellness is going? Do you think this is the right look? Do you agree with these top two? And do you agree with what I said about the other athletes in here? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. A lot more content coming. Make sure you subscribe. Coach Rye is out.